Have you ever been sitting down and just thought, why is Naruto the peak of anime? Well, I'm here to tell you why Naruto is the peak of anime. Reason number one for why Naruto is the peak of anime is the character development throughout the series. Character development in Naruto is unlike any other because you start off with Naruto, which is a naive, ignorant kid that just develops throughout each of the seasons as a more well versed fighter, ninja, and he gets better at his jutsu strategies and just becomes a hero for the village after being neglected throughout his whole youth years. Another great example of great character development throughout Naruto is Sasuke Uchiha. Sasuke was kind of like Naruto, except he wasn't neglected by everyone in the village. Instead, he neglected everyone inside of the village that tried to help him. So throughout the season, you have Sasuke who turned his back on everybody, even his first team, his sensei, just everyone that ever tried to help him, to go on and get revenge on his brother. But once he seeks and accomplishes his revenge, he goes back to the good side because he realized what he did was totally awful. And it just shows the flaws that each character can have, which also reflects everyone in society because we can all be blinded by the truth because of our anger. Another reason why Naruto is the peak of anime because the villains and how the villains are actually exactly what we expected. One example of the villains being exactly what we expected was Pain throughout the Akatsuki arc. Pain was the leader of the Akatsuki, and we didn't really see any action from him at first in the beginning of Shippuden. But as Shippuden went on, he went on to eventually fight Jiraiya, and that just showed like a glimpse of his power because he destroyed Master Jiraiya. As we go on, he goes on to fight Sage Naruto, and he literally obliterates Sage Naruto the first time. But Naruto hit him with the talk no jutsu and eventually won. But that just shows that the characters, well, the villains in Naruto are exactly how they are built up to be. One more example of a villain being exactly what he's built up to be is Madara Uchiha. Madara was built up to be the greatest taijutsu jutsu Uchiha ever. And he goes on to first beat the whole Shinobi Alliance by himself. Then he goes on to be one of the most difficult opponents Naruto and Sasuke have ever faced. As a matter of fact, he actually didn't even die from Naruto or Sasuke. Instead, he was absorbed by the chakra tree. The final thing that really makes Naruto the peak of all anime is the story. The story of Naruto is very intriguing and keeps the viewer, watcher, anime dissector just very interested in anime. Throughout every episode, you see a challenge that Team 7, Naruto, or Sasuke has to face. And it shows how they overcome adversity no matter what. Though sometimes it may be a mental amp through emotions, or if it's just kind of being saved by plot. It just shows that, hey, these kids are determined to win no matter what is up against them. And another thing is how interesting the Akatsuki arc was. How you see a group of the strongest rogue ninjas just go up and hunt all of these Jinchurikis. And they're extremely strong because the first time we seen them, they killed the three-tail. I know this video wasn't long, but this was a short video to explain why I think Naruto is the peak of all anime. We'll go on to do a podcast about it and explain it in more detail later on this year. But if you made it this far, like, comment, subscribe, follow us on our socials, and join the ride. Peace.